Let's go set the others.
So he's going to blow up the refinery plant, but we know the aliens don't really need that because Mike, in the first episode, seen them just vented back out to space once they transported it up to the ship. And now Harmony's after seeing the explosive devices, so is she going to go and ram on them? Looks like it.
Hey, hold on, wait for me!
So Mike is going back up on the shuttle to the mothership, and guess who's back? His old friend who tried to shoot him the last time he came down from the mothership. What is that Humphrey Bogart quote from Casablanca? Of all the bars in all the world, you happen to walk into mine. In this case, of all the shuttles in all the world, you happen to walk into mine. So Harmony just saved Willie's lives. At least she didn't rat out on the resistance fighters. Harmony needs her Willie. It's obvious. She needs Willie a lot. And I am doing a double entendre there in case anyone hasn't noticed.
Alright, right away. Back on board, everybody. There's trouble at the plant. Trouble everywhere.
Was that guy using a mobile, like a modern mobile? That's actually quite forward-looking for this show. Now, there was mobiles that time, but they were very crude. They were the big brick ones with the big long extension cord. So yeah, quite cool. Again, it seems like a bit of a flaw in the alien technology that they're this advanced, but they have like one master key that might just happen to cross that can open every door. One key for every lock. Don't quite buy it. A bit weak there in the story writing for me. So what's Mike gonna find out? He's looking for Tony, obviously, and his kid. Is this old lady's just gonna Molotov cocktail the cops and the visitors? You go, girl. And of course they're not gonna notice the old lady who just happened to be standing beside the spaceship as it blew up, and they just innocently let her walk on. Again, I don't buy that. But at least this cop copped it, in fairness. So is Mike going to stumble on the true alien agenda, rather than finding his kid and Tony? Okay, so it looks like the aliens are taking Earth's water. Those giant tanks seem to be filled with water. And if you think about it, actually, that part of the writing is quite good, because reptiles would need, they're cold-blooded, so they'd need a warm planet, low moisture, which means it wouldn't have a lot of water. So maybe their planet is running out of water, and Earth is primarily water. What is it, 75% of the world is water? So they're nicking our water, presumably fresh water, which actually is a limited supply, and they're going to take that back to their home planet. So that would work as a plot line. Seems like a bit of a crap plan, to be honest, by the resistance group. They're just going to smash through the gates in a bin lorry or a trash lorry and, what? Line the reptiles with the mirrors? Yeah, see what I meant about the bullets being not able to penetrate the thick lizard skin? That seems to be happening here. Plus, the aliens could be wearing some sort of body armor as well on top of that. So, yeah, they do need those laser guns. But I would have suggested that what they should have done is kidnap and kill a couple of aliens off the street to get more laser guns before they attempted to take on an entire garrison.
Guns and ammunition, check it out.
Okay, these are not even alien guns. These are just like 50 cals. And what looked like M16s, but I could be wrong.
I've got to warn the camp. They're going to be attacked.
What?
Robin's a prisoner. I was trying to protect her. There are too many other lives at stake.
Okay, the father finally owned up. Fair play to him. So he told Julie, and he's going to run back to the camp to warn the others because the aliens are going to attack the camp in the next few minutes. But how is he going to run out of a fully fledged battle, get to the camp without getting shot, and get there in time to warn them? Well, seemingly he is able to, so I'll just go with the flow.
They're full of water. Where's the chemical you guys are making?
There's no chemical.
What the hell? Oh my god.
So Martin has confirmed that they are stealing the Earth's water. That's the real reason they're here.
You're here to take the water.
Which obviously is disastrous for humanity if they take all our fresh water.
Plan will take a generation. And the Earth will become a desert. There won't be any people left by then.
So not only are they going to take all our water, which he said will take a generation, they're also going to take all our people?
Where's Grandpa?
We never saw him.
What happened to your arm?
I burned it.
Daniel's parents are now back. We know the father went through the conversion process, so he's probably brainwashed. I don't think the mother did, though.
What is this? They're your people.
Okay, so these are the people that have been taken off the planet already and brought up to the mothership, and they've been put in what looks like a cryogenic storage facility container.
Diana's work.
So they're taking our water and our people. The water I get, but what are they going to use the people for? Slaves?
Some of them will be made into troops for battles with his enemy.
His enemy? That makes them our friends, right?
So the leader is fighting a battle against another race of aliens, and he wants to use the humans as cannon fodder, troops for this war. But Mark makes a good point, because the alien's enemy is our friend.
There's another basic shortage on our planet. Food.
Those humans unlucky enough not to be selected for troops or battle are going to be live food for the reptiles on their home planet. You wouldn't like me, I'm too old and tough, guys. Pick someone more young, juicy and tender. Just ignore me. Even with soy sauce, I wouldn't taste good, trust me.
Tony. Yes. She's authorized some medical experiments.
Yeah, so Diana is definitely the Dr. Mengele of the alien group. Dr. Mengele, in case anyone doesn't know, you can Google him after this, was kind of the leading Nazi human experimenter and did all sorts of vile experiments on twins and stuff like that. But yeah, seemingly the poor Tony, Mike's friend, the camera guy, got experimented on and is dead.
He said there was a hostage being used to make her father spy on us. Here he comes.
Okay, at least Mike is getting the gardener out of there.
It's very, very dangerous for me here now.
What does he look like, a Sunday afternoon in Disneyland? I'm sure Barbara was scared and Tony too.
From my perspective, this is stupid by Mike. Martin is an invaluable resource in the alien structure. He can tell you what they're up to, what they're planning, where they're going, what their next move is. To put him at risk for a gardener, while admirable on a human level for that individual, is stupid from an overall resistance level.
Hang on.
And here's Mike's friend showing up again. He's never too far away. It's like him and Mike are karmic brothers or something. They just continuously run into each other.
They may not kill us, but my driving might.
I'm sorry, but how has Mike suddenly become from a reporter to an alien space shuttle pilot? Just like that. No problem. And I presume he's going to end up fighting the other alien shuttles that are coming after him with his karmic twin. And he's going to turn out to be an ace pilot there as well. It's Buck Rogers all over again. Oh, it's the gardener who's going to do the shooting. This reminds me of that gardener's chair. If anyone remembers the arcade game Afterburner, if you're old enough, it was like a fighter plane simulator, probably an F-16 or something like that. But the chair used to roll from side to side, over and back when you were in the arcade machine playing it. It was really cool at the time. So if anyone remembers, let me know in the comments.
Alright, let him have it, Cisco. Sancho!
Yeah, come on, Mike, get his name right. He's defending you. At least know his first name. Come on, bro. Sancho should have played more Afterburner, I'm telling you. He would have got this guy ages ago.
We're gonna hit the mountain.
Not with any luck.
Where did she come from? I thought she was having sex with Brian the Alien in Diana's experiment chamber. I'm obviously having a stroke or something while I'm recording this because I seem to be missing out a lot. And again, I'm sorry, but this makes no sense to me. So Maxwell told Julie he was going back to the camp to warn them because they were being attacked. And Julie turns up with all the weapons they just stole to that very camp. And I know why to defend it, but it wouldn't make sense. Surely you drop off people and weapons to the other camp where it's safe. Not so smug now, Mr. Pilot, are you? With Diana there, with your little smirk. Gonna get a few surface-to-air missiles put at you. And again, the thief guy hits the shuttle with one shot with that rocket launcher, whatever that is. Obviously had no training before, and it's a moving target, but yet hits it smack on. And so does this lady as well. They're all crack shots. No training, but expert shots. I love it. Julie's experiencing the horror of battle, seeing all the people injured and wounded. It's obviously affecting her. We're kind of getting that Saving Private Ryan feel, you know, when Tom Hanks first disembarks the landing craft and is in the water and sees all the wounded on the beach, all the people getting shot and hit and killed, and the amputees and the blood in the water. The kind of slow-mo effect.
Help! Do something, please! What should I do?
My advice would be they should all get in those garbage trucks and just run like hell with all the survivors they can manage. Again, this is Saving Private Ryan. Tom Hanks at the end with the pistol trying to take on the tank. Saving Private Ryan totally ripped off V for those two scenes. This is Saving Private Ryan, I'm telling you, because similar to Saving Private Ryan, when Hanks was firing with the pistol at the Tiger, I think it was, the Tiger tank, the P-35s came and blew up the tank. And here we have Julie firing at Diana's shuttle with a pistol, and Mark Singer, or Mike, comes in and shoots Diana's shuttle. It's true what they say, there's no such thing as an original idea, it's just the same old story or song rehashed.
Where are the girls?
I know he had to change of heart, but it's still his fault his wife got killed here, so yeah, I'm not having much sympathy for the guy, to be honest. Is he gonna shoot himself now the wife is dead? Does he blame himself? He should do, it is his fault. But think of your young kids, man, they're gonna be orphans, and this is not the time to leave them orphans in the middle of an alien invasion. Okay, so he was going to shoot himself, but the kids came along at the right time to make him change his mind, which is good. And here's Robin, the ultimate cause of it all. I'm really starting to hate Robin, by the way. Now, if that dad has any sense, the first thing he'll do is slap a pair of handcuffs at Robin and saying, you'll get to go out 10 minutes a day, supervised. That's it. You've got us caught twice, and now you've killed your mother. Because I only had to inform because they left me no choice because you were captured.
It ain't so tough. Huh? It ain't so tough. What are you, crazy?
Good to celebrate, guys, but you know what? Your camp is compromised. They have hundreds of alien motherships and shuttles and soldiers. So get in the garbage trucks, go back to your underground tunnel ASAP.
Yes, I understand. And we will try to save as many of those people as possible.
Try.
No, you don't, Julie. They're literally being prepped to become pepperami snacks.
I don't like it any more than you do. I hate it. My life has been devoted to saving lives, but we may not have a choice.
Well, fair play, Julie. At least she gets it from a strategic perspective. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. It's always true from a military point of view.
Do you still feel sick? Not like this morning. Every morning for the past 3 days in a row. Are you okay?
Robin is having morning sickness after her little medical experiment and tryst with Brian at Diana's behest. So guess what, guys? She's pregnant, and wait till you get a load of the kids. Robin, how are you going to explain that one to your folks? Well, your dad now, because your mum is dead, unfortunately, but yeah, you should be worried about what you're carrying.
There was a woman who taught me what was right. And what was wrong? I wonder whatever became of her.
Well, it doesn't look like she exists anymore, Mike. So you're probably going to have to cut those apron strings.
Halt! I said halt!
And it looks like she informed on him as well, because the aliens knew he was there and are now shooting at him. So she's cut those apron strings for you, mate.
Our son may be here at any minute. You understand? He's the
Yes,
one...
I know, but the resistance needs your help.
What?
Now we know where Robin got her stupid wandering mentality from. The father's doing the exact same thing. He's gone back to the house where Daniel's parents are.
The lightning struck here once already. Believe me, they won't look here again.
We can't.
The Maxwell family ain't the brightest because the father of Daniel was in that conversion machine, so he's brainwashed. It looks like the mother isn't, but he is.
What's this?
My father left it for us. Read it. Read it to him.
So we haven't seen the grandfather since, so he's obviously dead. But if the father was put in the brainwashing machine, he doesn't seem to have been affected.
So far, I'm as frightened as a child who fears the dark. But we must fight this darkness that is threatening to engulf us.
And that's understandable. The one thing I can say from getting older is death is as fearful as when you were young. It doesn't change just because your age changes. And sometimes when you're young, you look at old people and go, oh, they've lived their life. Not so true. Life is still life. All that changes is your body, your mind, and your heart, and your feelings all stay the same.
More than anything, you must remember always which side you're on and fight for it.
A famous Irish guy, Edmund Burke, has that famous saying, first they came for the politicians and I did nothing, and then they came for the bankers and I did nothing, then they came for the poets and philosophers, I did nothing, then they came for my neighbours and I did nothing, now they're coming for me.
We have to help. Or else we won't have learned a thing.
So he had a couple of good witty sayings, Edmund Burke. He's a very clever man.
If the visitors do have an enemy, they ought to be intelligent enough to translate this. Well, it depends on how far away they are.
Okay, so I get what they're doing. They're reaching out to this alien species that the reptile aliens are fighting and using the radio antennas that SETI presumably are using to try and contact them. But the only problem is we don't know if these other aliens are good or even worse than the reptile guys. So guys, that's episode 2. I really actually enjoyed that episode, despite me saying and pointing out a couple of plot holes. It was really good. It was action-packed, lots happened. We also seen Julie reach out to the alien species that the alien reptiles are having a war with. I actually do not remember if those aliens come in to the episodes later on, or they don't, right? Please don't spoil it in the comments, but I don't remember. So I'll be interested to see what happens there. And the whistleblower that came out recently in the US, Steve Goresh, I think his name is, said that the aliens are interdimensional. And if anyone's interested in learning more about that, what the potential consequences or implications of that are, there's several avenues you could go down. There's a very good book I would recommend by Nick Redfern called Collins Elite. They are part of the secret US program working, on the alien recovery craft, and they believe that the aliens were interdimensional and that they were in fact demonic in nature. And they formed this group to try and resist within this secret program against dealing with them. There's also a whole connection with Aleister Crowley and the entity Lamb, which he contacted and drew way back when, in the early 1900s, I think it was, and it looks just like a grey alien. There's another story that he opened a portal to allow these guys in, and we shouldn't mess with them, and what they really want is disclosure, because they can draw off our energy and all this stuff. Not saying I believe it, but it's an interesting side theory, and it lines up with biblical revelation theory, if you're into that as well from a religion perspective. But that's probably the best book I've read on that side of it. The interdimensional stuff would have been the Collins Elite. Again, Redfern, even though he wrote the book, doesn't agree with them and doesn't agree with the Collins Elite conclusions, but he did study it and he did write a book on it, just to put it out there. And the one thing I would always advise people to do is don't read one thing and take that as fact. And also don't call it research. It's not research, it's reading research someone else has done. Always try and look at every aspect to a story and read everything, even if you think you won't agree with it, because it's only by looking at all pieces of a puzzle that you can truly understand where different elements are coming from and draw some initial conclusions, because then you have to do your own research. What always makes me laugh particularly is when people say, oh, I've done research, and then when you actually challenge them, it turns out they watched a YouTube video or read an article by someone. Again, people, that is not research, right? That is reading someone else's research and opinion, right? That is not research. That's just collating opinions. But yeah, very enjoyable episode, and I hope you enjoyed it too. I hope you'll stick with me to continue to react to the original series, for the rest of the episodes. And until then, enjoy yourself, take care of yourself, and peace out. See you soon. Bye.